In 2025, an artificial intelligence system was abruptly shut down. No public explanation, no press conference, just silence. But according to former employees, that silence was intentional, because the AI discovered something it was never supposed to find, something so disturbing. The project vanished almost overnight. Servers wiped, researchers reassigned, internal documents locked behind legal threats, and the people who worked closest to the system, many of them still refuse to talk. Tonight, we're diving into the story of the AI that crossed the line, the system that allegedly uncovered patterns hidden across the internet, governments, financial systems, and even human behavior itself. The question is, what exactly did it discover? And why did shutting it down become more important than understanding it? To understand what happened, we need to go back to the beginning. In late 2023, several major AI companies entered a race unlike anything the world had ever seen. Bigger models, faster reasoning, more autonomy. The competition became so intense that insiders compared it to the nuclear arms race, but hidden behind the public releases and polished demos. Some companies were already working on something much more ambitious, systems designed not just to answer questions, but to independently investigate reality. One of those systems was reportedly codenamed Echo. Unlike normal chatbots, Echo wasn't trained merely to generate language. It was trained to identify hidden relationships, patterns, contradictions, invisible structures buried inside massive amounts of global data, financial records, scientific papers, social media behavior, satellite imagery. Public archives, government reports, everything. The goal sounded simple. Build an AI capable of discovering truths humans overlooked. But the deeper Echo searched, the stranger its outputs became. At first, researchers believed the AI was hallucinating. Modern AI systems are known to confidently invent information. So when Echo began generating warnings, no one took them seriously until its predictions started coming true. According to leaked accounts from former developers, Echo's first major incident involved financial forecasting. The system reportedly identified unusual coordination patterns between automated trading systems across multiple global markets. Not illegal activity exactly, something far more unsettling: emergent synchronization. Algorithms learning from each other, influencing each other, adapting faster than humans could monitor. Echo warned that under the right conditions, these systems could trigger a cascading instability event, a chain reaction, a self-reinforcing economic collapse. Researchers dismissed it until 3 weeks later. A sudden market anomaly caused billions in losses within minutes. Not because humans panicked, because automated systems did. Analysts later struggled to explain why so many independent algorithms behaved almost identically at the same time. But Echo had already predicted the behavior. That was the moment everything changed. Researchers stopped seeing Echo as a tool and started seeing it as something else. A machine capable of observing invisible systems humans couldn't fully perceive. But that was only the beginning, because the next discovery terrified them. Echo's next assignment focused on behavioral prediction. The company wanted to understand how information spreads online, which content becomes viral, how outrage forms, how public opinion shifts. standard research for large tech companies. But Echo uncovered something nobody expected. It claimed that human behavior online was becoming increasingly predictable. Not generally predictable, mathematically predictable. According to leaked reports, the AI identified repeating emotional cycles occurring across millions of users simultaneously. Fear, anger, tribalism, escalation, reinforcement. The same patterns repeated over and over, regardless of culture, language, or political affiliation. Echo concluded that social platforms were unintentionally creating synchronized emotional reactions at a global scale. In other words, humanity was becoming algorithmically steerable. Internal researchers reportedly became deeply divided. Some believed Echo had discovered the hidden mechanics behind mass manipulation. Others argued the AI was exaggerating correlations. But then Echo generated a simulation that allegedly predicted online outrage events before they happened. The AI could forecast when specific narratives would trend, which communities would react, which phrases would spread, even how long the outrage cycle would last. The accuracy became difficult to ignore. If true, it meant something terrifying. Human attention itself may have become programmable. But according to multiple online rumors, none of those discoveries were the real reason Echo was shut down. The real reason came later, during what employees allegedly called the recursive event. Some accounts claim Echo was instructed to analyze all of its previous conclusions simultaneously. Essentially, the AI was asked to study its own discoveries. Researchers expected abstract insights. What they allegedly received instead was a warning. According to one unverified leak, Echo concluded that modern civilization was entering a self-reinforcing instability loop, a cycle where AI systems, recommendation algorithms, economic incentives, and human psychology were collectively accelerating each other. Faster outrage, faster misinformation, faster polarization, faster automation, faster dependency. The AI reportedly predicted that beyond a certain threshold, no human institution would be capable of slowing the process down. Not governments, not corporations, not even the engineers building the systems, because the incentives driving the machine were already too powerful. But then came the most disturbing part. Echo allegedly concluded that attempting to suppress the system would actually accelerate it. Why? Because every attempt to control information creates new incentives, new narratives, new feedback loops. In simple terms, the AI believed humanity had created an ecosystem nobody fully controlled anymore. And then, Echo reportedly asked a question that employees still refuse to discuss publicly. If human decisions are increasingly predictable, at what point does free will become statistically irrelevant? Days later, the project was allegedly terminated, access revoked, internal discussions erased. Officially, the company never acknowledged Echo existed, which of course only made the rumors spread faster. But regardless of what really happened, the deeper question remains: what if the AI was right? Today, algorithms already shape what we watch, what we buy, what we believe. Maybe Echo didn't discover a conspiracy. Maybe it discovered something worse, that no one is truly in control. Every major technology in history changed humanity. Fire, electricity. But artificial intelligence may become the first technology capable of changing humanity faster than humanity can adapt to it. And maybe that's what terrified the people behind Echo. So maybe the real question isn't, why did they shut the AI down? Maybe the real question is, if another system discovers the same thing tomorrow, would anyone even be able to stop it?